Hey guys, today's Artist of the Week is an epic story about a fight between two artists. These artists are Anish Kapoor and Stuart Semple. Now, both of these guys are British artists, so they live in England, and it's this feud that's been happening for years, and it's gotten pretty petty, but it's really interesting to think about. So it all starts with Anish Kapoor. He is a very rich artist. He is the one who designed the Cloud Gate in Chicago, or commonly known as the Bean. He is super rich, thinks he's better than everybody. Honestly, he's kind of a jerk if you ask me. So, Anish Kapoor used his crazy amount of wealth and he bought the rights to something called Vanta Black. Now, Vanta Black is a color that was made in a science lab. Now, this is the blackest black that could possibly be. Like 99.9965 whatever percent black. Like all of the white is gone. Like no light can reflect out of it. It is the blackest black known to man. Now, this black is super, super hard to make. You have to go in a lab. It has so many different chemicals that it's toxic. It's not really a good product to use, and so the scientists said it can only be used for science and medical related purposes. But they did give the rights to it, well, I'm sure he bought it, to Anish Kapoor. So Anish bought the rights to this color, Vanta Black, and he said, no other artist in the world can use it. It is mine. I've bought it. I've bought the rights. You cannot use it at all. Now, naturally, the rest of the world was really mad at this. Specifically, Stuart Semple. Now, Stuart Semple is not a super rich artist. He is an artist for the people. He sells different paints and pigments that he makes really cheap so that way everybody can afford it. And he got real mad at Anish. He's like, dude, you can't just buy something that the rest of the world can't use. That's not fair. As artists, we gotta help each other out. And he was mad. So he decided to try to stick it to Kapoor and make his own pigments. Now he thought, okay, what's the opposite of black? I'm going to make the pinkest pink possible. And he did. This pink is so pink that even pictures cannot show how pink it is. Now, Stuart, he's an artist for the people. So he's like, I'll make this pigment, this color for people to use. You only got to pay me about $5 to use it. About £3.99. About $5. So he made it super cheap and accessible. Anybody in the world can use his paint, except Anish Kapoor. So Semple was so petty that when you go to buy his paints, there is this warning at the bottom of the page that says, by adding this product to your cart, you confirm that you are not Anish Kapoor, you are in no way affiliated with Anish Kapoor, you are not purchasing this item on behalf of Anish Kapoor, or an associate of Anish Kapoor. So anybody can buy it except for Anish. Because he wanted to be like, hey, if you bought something that the rest of the world can't use, now the rest of the world can use this, but you can't. So naturally, Anish was not a big fan of this. He was mad. Even with this little statement at the bottom of the purchasing page, somebody bought him some, and he was able to get his hands on the pink. Now, Stuart Semple and the world found out because Anish posted this picture to Instagram where he dipped his finger in the paint, the pigment, and was flipping the bird. So, this sent Stuart Semple on just a rage. Like, what? How did he get it? This is not okay. He ended up finding out it was a gallery that sent it to Anish, and it was a whole big thing. So Stuart was like, fine, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep making more pigments that Anish cannot use, because he is not worth it. This is not fair. So he's like, okay, let's do the next thing. If he's going to stick his finger in my pigments, I'm going to make something that will hurt. So he made the glitteriest glitter. So this glitter is actually made up of tiny pieces of glass. So his thoughts were, if Anish was going to stick his finger in it again, he was going to get cut. Now, this glitter is so crazy. If you use it with different paints that Stuart had made, it is the most reflective surface possible. It is super crazy. Then after this, he was like, all right, you know what? It's not worth it.
we're going to be better than him. I'm going to calm down the feud. But the rest of the art world was like, no, we want access to a black that is as black as the Vanta Black. Can you do it? Stuart's like, you know what? I think I can. He ended up making Black 2.0. Now, this is not quite as black as the Vanta Black, but it's as close as possible. What's cool is if you look at this, these are two sculptures of unicorns. But the black is so black, it does not reflect any light that you can't see the form anymore. So they look flat. That's the whole point of things being super black. If it is completely black, you cannot see any bumps, any curves, anything like that. It's just a flat color. So Stuart Semple made Black 2.0, and again, selling it to the world, except for Anish Kapoor, because you know what? He doesn't deserve it. And I think this is just the funniest story of an art feud to ever go on. I think it's crazy. And it's really cool to see how these colors were made. Because, you know, this color, Black 2.0 that Stuart Semple made, it's perfectly safe. You don't have to make it in a lab. Anybody can use it. Anybody can buy it. So Anish Kapoor may have rights to the Vanta Black, but he has to be in a laboratory to use it. That's not exactly easy to make art in. So I think that Stuart Semple won this argument. What do you guys think about this feud between these two artists? Let me know.